Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. I know that everyone was really fired up thinking about Stone Cold Steve Austin being a big part of WrestleMania 32. I know immediately after the announcement came that Dallas was going to be hosting WrestleMania 32, immediately people were putting Stone Cold Steve Austin on the card. He has to come back. He has to wrestle. He has to be a part of the show. People started drawing up, lines from Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, all having ties to the home state of Texas, being that all of these guys would be connected in having one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. No doubt, in my mind, WWE has plans to make WrestleMania 32 the biggest extravaganza of all time. But as of right now, word has came down the pipe that basically Stone Cold Steve Austin will not be wrestling on the WrestleMania 32 show. Already, months and months and months ago, Shawn Michaels has shot down rumors saying that he's not going to wrestle, just saying that basically there's nothing that's really come across the desk from WWE of an idea that makes him want to wrestle. So many people have ideas about Shawn Michaels wrestling Daniel Bryan, being the student versus the teacher, going back to Daniel Bryan going to the Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy, which was highlighted during, Daniel Bryan's book, as well as Daniel Bryan's DVD that just recently came out. Just basically saying that the student versus teacher idea has been done 1,000 times. When Paul Heyman was a guest on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, rumors went rampant with Stone Cold Steve Austin going into Stone Cold Steve Austin mode, talking about a match with Brock Lesnar that Paul Heyman brought up, basically saying that if this match was to happen, it would have to be a Texas death match. He's already putting a stipulation on it, already saying that if he was going to have this match, he was going to win it, and he was going to whoop Brock's ass, even going as far as saying, well, Brock's not here, and I feel like whooping somebody's ass, and I'm going to start by whooping your ass right now. Putting the fear of God into Paul Heyman himself, sitting right there in the chair. Word came down the pipe. It was broken by none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin himself on his own Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. It was weird, though. It wasn't in sort of like a Q&A session, or it wasn't in a just opening segment of the show. This was Stone Cold Steve Austin having a talk with Daniel Cormier. Basically, they were just sort of shooting the shit about professional wrestling. They talked about it for a good 30 minutes, easily, talking about The Undertaker and SummerSlam, Seth Rollins as champion, the state of Monday Night Raw. A very good podcast for you to go check out. Honestly, I will say that I skipped the Daniel Cormier interview before finding out about the how good it was. I just am not a big Daniel Cormier fan. It's not that I'm a John Jones supporter. It's just I don't know. He's just not my guy, and it just didn't seem like an episode that I needed to check out. But went out of my way, even though I had deleted it, re-uploaded it, listened to the show. I thought it was a good listen, and basically just Austin, brings up WrestleMania 32, saying that, so many people are, asking him daily on Twitter, and every time, anybody runs into him out in the open, the question is always, hey, Stone Cold, you gotta wrestle at WrestleMania 32, you gotta wrestle Brock Lesnar, you gotta teach this guy a lesson, show him who's boss, and tell him that, you are the biggest superstar of all time, and that Brock can't come close to you. You got to teach him a lesson in your hometown, Stone Cold. But Austin says that it's just too much for him to get into ring shape. He hasn't been in the ring since WrestleMania 19. I knew that he did Tough Enough with what was that, in 2011. He was the host, and he jumped into the ring to teach the guys a little bit of a lesson, even though he was the host and he wasn't the trainer. But he got in the ring, and he didn't take any bumps. He sort of ran the ropes, taught the guys how to do it right. I think he locked up a few times. And I think at that time I was thinking that Stone Cold was itching to get into there. But there's been so many rumors about Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestling. People wanted to see Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestle CM Punk. People want to see, Stone Cold Cold Steve Austin wrestle The Rock. People want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestle against Brock Lesnar. Well, the only way you're going to do it is if you go out and get the new WWE video game, because Austin says he's not coming back. He's not going to wrestle. It's a dream for all of us, no doubt in my mind. I'm not saying don't buy the WrestleMania tickets. I'm just saying that Austin's not going to be there, but no doubt in my mind, we still have hopes for Ronda Rousey, for The Rock. Lots of big things coming up. Maybe Brock kills Undertaker at SummerSlam, and maybe this is the year where Undertaker goes into the Hall of Fame. But we'll have to see. I think that Undertaker's going to wrestle. I'm not sure that he's going to beat Brock at SummerSlam, but I think he's still going to be on the card. Hell, he might even wrestle Brock Lesnar on the show. So we still might have one more gigantic match from Taker at WrestleMania 32. Still going to be a good one. Just no Stone Cold Steve Austin.